Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of Kindred Lists. Right here at Proficiency Bonus, my name is Michael, your most humble and merciful Dungeon Master for the evening. We're so glad that you're joining us. I see that we've already got people chiming in the chat. Elliot, it's good to see you once again. I just heard that you made it from episode 1 all the way to this mess. So you could tune in live on Fridays. That is some dedication, and I want to commend you for that. That is, that's impressive. Well done. I hope you enjoy the content so far, and keeping track of all the crazy nonsense that this wonderful group of players is up to, and continuing each and every week to add more names and missions and quests to their list as it continues to grow. So a couple quick shout outs. We want to thank Twitch and Streamlabs OBS for all their support. We also want to thank our good friends at Little Dragon Corp and Cardboard Castle Games. If you type in !Little Dragon in our Twitch chat, you will get a quick link to their storefront where you can buy some pretty cool RPG dice and other RPG related gear. Oh, here we go. We got Zos coming in. This is great.
Hello!
We've got Azaz coming in. Cardboard Castle Games is a brick and mortar gaming store, actually about 15 minutes away from my house. They're located in Evans, Georgia. They sell a bunch of different things. They sell a lot of card games like Magic the Gathering and Pokemon. So if you want to check them out, you can type in !CCG in the chat, and you can get a quick link to their website where you can actually order things from their webpage and have it delivered to you. They have been my favorite lately because they went from having no D&D minis like 4 years ago to having a whole wall just dedicated to D&D minis.
Cool.
So that is where I go pick up all my minis. I probably have about 50 of them that I still need to paint. But every time I go in there, I see like, oh, I gotta have that one. I pick that one up, and the next time I go, I'm like, oh, that one just came out. I got that one, and they just keep on getting collected over here. And yeah, eventually someday I'll get them painted. So
Nice.
But thank you, Cardboard Castle. Quick recap from last time. Our party bought the farm. All of it.
All of it.
We already own the farm. I don't know what you're talking about.
We furnished the farm. All of it.
You furnished the farm.
First,
They did some shopping. They acquired some new magic items. They acquired. They've hired a whole staff now of 5 farmhands to work at the Dumpster Fire Ranch now.
Wait, why?
Because you have over 100 farm animals to take care of and no time to do it because you got a list to go through, Ashlyn.
Ashlyn's away 1 minute and guys buy a farm?
Welcome to my world, Sarah. Welcome to my world.
50 chickens, 25 goats, 20 sheep, 10 pigs, 10
I was
cows, 4
reading.
ox, and 8 horses.
This is
Can I
what
have a
happens
goat?
when Callista leaves.
Do we get
the
an
group.
alpaca?
All of whom have names.
No, we do not have.
I'm sorry. Our cleric named them all.
Can I have a goat?
Zos, do you have the names of the farmhands with you? Do you go ahead and share that with our audience?
Oh my
my
god.
God.
Because I want to commend you for the hard work that you put into developing your employees.
This is what I did right before taking a nap that then betrayed me because the alarm was set for 7 p.m. Saturday, apparently.
Oh,
Fun.
gotcha.
I was absolutely fuming when I saw that one. Anyways. So, are you doing backstories for them as well, or just the names?
How about you do a name and maybe like a sentence or two to just generalize the story, and then maybe we can. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's for one.
I'm not sure we have enough time pre-session for all that, but maybe
Okay.
maybe we can find a way to share
We
that.
can have a wiki.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
That's it.
Yes, okay, so first and foremost we have Saphira Aker. She's a female, 26. She is she's like the natural leader of the group, kind of like nobody put her in charge, but she's lived on a farm before, so she kind of like has the most experience out of all of them. Next up is Tobias Cerberus. He's like an older guy. He's like about 40.
Zos, hold on.
Got...
Zos, hold on 1 second. See if you can
Microphone.
adjust your microphone's getting really choppy. Is there a way you can see it, double check your, maybe unplug it, plug it back in or something like that and see if it...
Yeah.
It seems to work better whenever you get closer to it.
Yeah, it's less crinkly.
Yeah.
Staticky.
It might be a sensitivity issue.
It
Now we
could
can't
be.
hear you at all.
Yeah, now we can't hear you at all. It might have...
Did you disconnect it?
Maybe when you it could be when you unplug it, it could force
Reset
The
it.
sound device changes.
your sound device might change to your input microphone. You might have to manually change it back. Chat saying that each one of the farmhands should have their own Instagram account.
And post updates.
Can we run a one shot as some of the farmhands?
There's 5
Oh,
of
yeah.
us and 5 farmhands.
Is it working
that's
now?
much better. Much better.
Oh, you're crystal clear.
Yeah.
Yay!
I think it has I think it has
Alright,
trouble. The
so-
farther you get away from it, I think it has trouble.
Yeah,
with sensitivity.
I think it needs to be
Yeah.
closer to your mouth.
Noted.
Mhm.
Noted.
Mhm.
Okay, so back to where we were. Saphira Aker is like mid-20s. She's like I don't know, natural leader, was on a farm before, like we grew up on one. In his 40s is Tobias Cerberus. That is the one who last session we said has experience with dogs and has a bunch of them.
Okay.
So I've given him 5
Okay.
dogs and 3 kids and a wife and a mother-in-law. And
Wow. They're all gonna live in a
Yeah.
farm?
No.
No. He has his own house that he goes on things with. I wrote that he became he joined on the farm to get extra income because his wife is a very good baker and the whole family wants her to open up her own shop, but she's like,
Aww.
no, we can't afford it. So he's like, I'm gonna make it happen.
Could this be something?
That's-
Could this be something that you could sponsor, maybe, and franchise as a group, like the Dumpster Fire Bakery chain?
Oh my god.
Or something
bruh.
like that.
Eggs, of-
Sure.
eggs for this crate provided by the Dumpster Fire Ranch.
That's it. There you go.
Next up, we have Joyce Boulder, also female 25. She is, let me see here. This was literally the description that I wrote. Goes by Jay, lesbian, ridiculously tall, like taller than all the men, probably like 6'6". And then, yeah, she's just a great old gal, very funny. That's her. Then there's Emery Wavery. He tried to impress Saphira by saying that he was from a farm too. He was born and raised in Waterdeep. His father was a cobbler, his mother was a maid. He is trying.
I like this guy.
Like he knows what he's doing. Failing miserably. Literally just high intelligence, slow wisdom.
Is this something? Is this something that he does often, or is it just to impress this lady? Is it like, is he just a
No, it's
compulsive
just to
liar,
impress
or just to
Saphira.
impress someone? Okay, gotcha.
He's not compulsive.
He probably took
He has
this
this whole
job because
thing.
she took this job. Like, he doesn't even want to do this.
One of
but
those guys. Yeah, it's like, oh, she's doing
Wow.
it. I'm totally in. I didn't.
Well, I gave him a brother who's like really smart and goes on and becomes a wizard. So his parents are trying to like make him do something important too, and he's just like,
But this
and, like,
girl, though.
this guy, yeah, no, I don't know if it's about maybe it is about the girl for him. I was like, I figured it was just like she's like all in charge. You know when you want to impress your boss really bad.
Mm-hmm.
No.
And then lastly, no,
I can't.
no, capitalism, babes.
Seriously. No.
And then lastly, I decided that one of them would be named Octavius Brighton, who is a male. He's like 21, and his backstory is that he was like a rich merchant's son, but he was a brat, so they kicked him out, and now he has to go out in the world and learn some humility and work ethic. And now he's on our farm,
Hey,
Good.
learning those things.
there ain't nothing that'll teach you humility faster than scooping up horse poop.
Oh, yeah.
Literally, you know all of those like teen horse movies where like the girl goes to the farm because like her family thinks that she's a city slicker and that she's like I don't know. But she
There are many
learns
of these
she
movies.
bonds with a horse. Oh, Octavius is really good with the horses.
Okay.
What was his name? Emery, really good with the cows. The
I
lesbians.
really want a pig. Can I have a pig into the boat?
I love chat right now. Man, this job stinks. Fantastic. Well, Zoss, that is awesome. I am very
Thank
intrigued,
you.
and
Thank
I
you,
think this
sir.
should be like a one-shot someday where you guys all play
Yeah.
one of your farm hands.
Oh my god.
I think that would be fantastic. So, yeah, just really, I think that was the bulk of everything that happened last week. There was a lot of RP, a lot of shopping, a lot of stalking the farm. Clarion mentioned that he wanted to go back and check on his keep, his castle area, to see how things were going there. So he was getting ready to head on out. And that's when Molfin was looking around and discovered that there was some kind of purple orb, invisible to everybody but Molfin at the time, was floating over Callista's back shoulders as she was sitting on the porch. And that's where we're going to chime in with tonight's episode. So the story is told. Molfin, you saw the
How far back from Callista is this thing? Is there enough space for Molfin to sort of interject himself between Callista and this floating orb?
Yes.
So I'm reading.
Sarah,
No
is Sarah
idea.
doing okay? Is she all right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm here. My
Okay.
things just crashed. Hold on.
There we go. Pop
There we
back
go.
out.
Sorry about that.
It's all good.
Molfin's going to walk over and very sort of gently put his hand on Callista's shoulder and then turn to face right up at this orb.
Mhm.
You know, it is rather rude to be reading over someone's shoulder. If you'd like to converse, perhaps, I don't know, a message, a telegram. Get lost. We'll deal with you later.
As you say that, the purple orb goes and vanishes.
Sorry about that. Somebody was reading over your shoulder.
What? Who?
I'm not sure it was a... How when you scry, those sort of like an eyeball appears. Big
Yeah.
purple one staring over your shoulder. Given we know many people who are probably capable of that. I can think of one who might be purple off the top of my head.
Hmm. Shit. Clarion's not gonna be here to back that up. Would you mind if I bring him with us to see your wife home?
Oh, I'm sure you
For
can give them
now.
a tour of the grounds while things are happening.
All right. Oh, she's such a pain in the ass. Tell her to wait her turn. All right, fine. Thank you.
I mean, I could certainly send her a message, but
No, it's fine. Thank you.
Molfin gives a little nod to her.
I'm go back to I kind of look over my shoulder again, just out of incessant need, and then go back to reading.
Sure.
Is everybody else with Callisto on her balcony or anything, or is everyone?
I'm
I
on the
think we were-
porch reading,
Yeah, we were just all
and
sort of
he
at the
was in the
front
living
door.
room, the front room. I think
Oh, yeah,
you
you were
were
up in your room.
You were up in your
Okay.
room.
I figured. All right. I didn't know where everyone.
But
else was.
it's morning at this point, right? This is all like we're saying our goodbyes. We're getting ready to leave, or was this the night before?
I think it was the night before. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Couldn't remember.
Because
Oh yeah, because we just got back with all the farmhands.
yeah. And
Yes.
it probably took,
It's-
honestly, it
it's
took
like
you
late
several
evening.
hours probably to
Yeah.
get all those animals and to get them. They probably didn't have all these animals at the marketplace when you went there. They probably had a few of them, and you said, hey, I want 50 chickens. They're like, well, we'll sell you 50 chickens, but we're going to have to go out to the farm and get the rest.
I think it's after dinner. I think we all had dinner, and then I went onto the porch to read. You went to talk with Clarion. Lachlan's near you guys playing with a knife. Diana, I can't remember where Diana
I ran
went.
off and I started naming chickens.
Oh, that's what you
Diana
did. Yes, okay.
And I
Yeah.
named each and every single one of those chickens.
Wow. Okay.
Make sure to bring drumstick in. I'm hungry.
I definitely want a pig now.
So Lachlan and Molfin are in the house with Clarion. I think Dad's in my room, and Diana's out on the farm, and I'm on the porch if you want references to where everybody is.
So as Clarion goes to leave after the orb disappears, Molfin's just going to walk back over towards where Clarion is. I say, before I was so rudely interrupted, the plan is to remove the lane on certain people's souls. And just sort of gestures to the one reading outside.
How do you intend to do that?
Well, typically, if I understand deals of this sort of legal nature, if you remove the lane holder, you can claim ownership of the debt, and then it's yours to do what you wish with it. As in, forgive or release it.
Well, I honestly don't know much of that, but if you think you can do it.
Do I think I can do it? I'm not quite that foolish, but do I think we can do it? Gestures around the room. We have not failed as of yet.
Lachlan back in the corner.
Like balancing my knife on my nose.
Clarion's looking over there. He's got a strange look on his face. He's like, I think you're right.
Saying that while looking at him does not make me very comfortable, but...
he smiles at you. Listen, sometimes you just have to let him be himself.
If he cuts his nose off, I'm sure Diana can reattach it.
And, Molfin, he's... Oh, I've known you for a little while now. He's stuck with you for a very long time.
Oh, he's a good boy. Not like that other one that will deal with him at some point.
You talking about the other little one? The little... he was bright and cheery and...
He was bright and cheery, and then he went through this hideous sort of emo phase and sort of never grew out of it.
Definitely done that.
Now he's asking everyone else to dye their hair black and join his boy band.
Yeah. Cool.
Right.
New Gnomes on the Fell or something like that.
Gnomes on the Fell! Oh my goodness! Wait a minute, where's my pencil?
Episode title.
Somewhere. My wife is at work. I just went... Something just stabbed me in the heart.
Oh, that's yeah. If we find a better episode title during this episode than that, we're gonna be hard pressed, folks. That's solid. Very, very, very nice. Clarion looks at you. He's just like, well, do you guys know how to get in touch with me if you need me? So.
You can always count on Callista and you. We appreciate it. We'll be taking a father with us. Is that thing I ran off for is a We're assuming one of her grandmother, I assume. Either way, it's coming from somewhere on that side, so it appears you will not be safe here.
Would you rather he go with me?
A part of me would say yes, but I fear that would put you at more risk as well. Not that you are not a formidable opponent, but there's but one of you and him, there are 5 of us.
True.
If they decide to do something, I'm beginning to think we may have to deal with down there sooner rather than later, but
Well,
so many things on Callista's list.
well, I'm hoping that I'm not going to be too long. Just going to check up on things, make sure everything is okay. Maybe swing by the areas nearby just to double check and make sure all the frost giants have vacated the area. Swing by, check on 10 Towns and Bryn Shander. And probably just head
Harshnag! Check on a Harshnag!
through the boarded up window. You hear Harshnag, check on Harshnag. Right, and check on Harshnag.
It's nice to know that she's coming downstairs as we're preparing for bed.
Yeah.
If you do run into, well, if you see signs of either of those dragons you were looking for, let Callista know.
I will do that. Like I said, I saw remnants of things last time I was up there, but if I see anything new, I'll let her know.
So, do you by chance... This is going to be an odd question. Can I have a bit of your hair? If I have something of yours, I can teleport to you with a much greater accuracy, should something be needed. If you'd rather not provide it to me, given my somewhat questionable choices, give it to Callista before you leave.
It might be better for me to do this. And he reaches into a pouch that he has on his waist. He opens it up and he pulls out what looks to be a bright, shining silver scale. This had fallen off of me when I was attacked and turned to stone not too long ago.
Oh. Thank you, I will... And Molfin scrolled away in one of his inner pockets. Should you call for us, hopefully that will make sort of narrowing the focus a little easier.
Absolutely. Molfin, be careful. And
She's going to yell at me. I don't believe she will kill me.
oh, you're talking about your wife, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, that's not what you meant.
Oh, so I was just talking about, be careful with your decision making and where you take the group and things like that. That's more what I was going for. But yeah, that too. They all look up to you, Molfin. You may think I think you feel like at some point, sometimes that you guys kind of butt heads at times. I understand that, but like, look at Lachlan over there. And you guys both turn and look at Lachlan. Probably balancing.
What's he doing now?
Yeah. I'm doing like push-ups on the dagger.
I mean, he wouldn't have stuck around this long.
For that dagger. Push-ups on it.
But yeah, be careful in all that, everything. And if I've never been in that kind of. I've been in a committed relationship once before, but not to the extent that you have. I guess the best advice I could give if she starts yelling and throwing things is, I think you know how to Misty Step very quickly, right?
Yes, I also know how to teleport all the way back to my bloody house.
You might want to just spend a few hours away, then come back. And be ready to say lots of apologies. Maybe even show up with some flowers. A nice piece of jewelry. Gemstones are nice. You got gemstones, don't you?
I'll have to go digging through the bag of holding. I think Diana has that one, but yes, I'm sure we can find something.
That's known to work for me in the past, but
Not a bad idea.
how long did you say you were married to your wife again?
Oh, bloody hell. It's been... I'll be 300...
What's your anniversary? Quick, remember the date.
Yeah.
I can rattle off my actual off the top of my head, but let's see. I'll be 376 years old this year. We've been together for 162 and married for 137. Forgive me as I now write these down, because I will never forget.
Yes. Well, that's impressive. I don't.
Never did anything insane until Moby and Lachlan went on that trip. Then everything changed. So, let's see what happens when we had a brief discussion when we took her out of that tower. Now, we actually have to have the meat and potatoes, I'm afraid.
Well, good luck. I'll be thinking about you as I'm flying back home.
Safe journeys.
Same to you.
Oh, that's good.
He kind of backs off a little bit, gives you maybe like a couple quick pats on the shoulder, and then heads on off, and you watch his form transform, and you hear a bunch of farm animals like screech and panic from the right side of the and it seems like there's like a herd of animals retreating to the opposite side of the field as this massive dragon forms and starts taking off into the air.
Do I hear a cleric scream as she gets trampled?
Some chickens, so maybe.
Yeah, you're
Trampled by chickens.
Chicken peed!
the chickens were probably kind of in the building area probably by this time. Don't chickens usually like
They stay in the coop at night.
when the sun starts setting, they immediately go for the coop, I think, because I don't think they can see in the dark at all. So
No, they go to the coop.
yeah, but they're probably in the coop getting comfortable as Diana's in there naming each and every one.
Each and every single one.
Oh
Oh
my
my
god!
Oh, look at that!
Your drumstick, your thighs, your breast, your nuggets, your
Nuggets.
strips.
Chicken nuggets, I like that.
I wish I had that. There is definitely a pox and a bok.
Box and Bach.
There's a pollo and a huevo. There's a pebble, because my backstory for him is that I saw him eating a pebble and named him Pebble.
Nice.
Nice.
There's a Benedict, an omelet, and a poach.
Nice.
Wow.
That's impressive.
And
So-
you all thought
There's a
Molfin was
pepper.
dark.
So,
Yeah.
is there anything other than naming chickens that anyone would be doing this evening as
Breeding.
Diana continues? I don't know if Diana would continue to name are you going to go to the horses next and then
Naming the horses, naming the cows, after the Real Housewives of New Jersey original cast.
Hey,
No,
Thanks.
Mr. Soulbob, thank you so much for subscribing. We appreciate it, and thank you for
Hey,
thank you for all the
Soulbob.
support. We do
7
appreciate it.
months,
7
hey.
months, Mr.
Wow, that's
Soulbob.
awesome.
That is awesome. Great.
Much love.
Ashlyn will go and try to get a small pig before Diana names it.
Okay.
So try to stealth past Diana, I guess.
Oh,
or
you're gonna try to like
something,
grab the pig and take it with you? Is
Yeah.
that okay? Sure.
up
Go
into my tower.
ahead and make a sure. Should this be
Stealing a pig.
should this
in the
be
middle of the
sleight
night?
of
I wanna-
hand or stealth?
I want to name it before Diana names it.
I think they're both the same though. It's the same.
Oh,
I
I
think
mean-
I think for Ashlyn it might be the same. Is your sleight of hand score the same as your stealth score?
Let me see. No, yes. Yes.
Yeah, just go ahead and roll.
Okay.
We'll just call it. Yeah, just roll in sleight of hand or stealth. Be the same either way.
Oh my god.
Nat
I rolled
20?
a nat 20.
Nat 20.
Wait a second.
Diana's passive perception probably isn't high enough to. What's your passive perception?
35.
My passive
No,
perception is 18.
Oh yeah, you have no idea. There's
Is my passive.
how many pigs did you say you purchased, Molfin?
I
eight.
want to say it was 10, I think.
10. Yeah.
No, wait, yeah, there's 10.
Yeah, Diana.
pigs.
There's a point in the evening where you're sitting there and you're counting, you're naming the pigs, and you're like, oh my gosh, I lost a pig.
We've got Charlotte, Bone Crusher, Rosacea, Goldfish, Wilbur, Sizzle, Bacon Grease, Vegan, Slob. Wait, where's Jamie?
Nope, you didn't name Jamie.
Where's Jamie?
As we're doing this, we have a quick
Oh, wait, I forgot that I know a date for Jamie.
a quick pan to Ashlyn's tower. I believe is that where you took the pig to your tower?
Yes.
And Ashlyn's just like petting a pig.
Hi, Fluffy. It's nice to finally have some time with you.
Fluffy.
Your Tressum's over there going.
Oh, you'll get boots. You will learn to love Fluffy.
Boots, you will learn to love Fluffy.
Seems like your Tressum's not too happy about the pig
Yeah.
being in the tower. Okay. Anything else that you guys want to do before we take a long rest?
I'm mostly reading, but I think I would take like 20 minutes just to like spend some time at the Griffins before I like take a break in between chapters and just kind of hang out with them, give them some dancing lights to kind of play and interact with.
Okay.
and then-
So
Go
you
back
want
to
to
reading.
you want to be reading this evening as well?
Yes,
Okay.
please.
What time would you say you would go to sleep?
Uh-oh.
Knowing Kristy as a reader, no earlier than 1:30.
Okay. So you can add 6 additional hours to your reading time.
All right. We're getting there, fam.
Sure. And you guys
What other stuff did you buy? Sorry.
retire for the evening, and you wake up at sunrise the next morning. It happens to be, although it's sunrise, it's kind of a dreary day, and it's kind of like one of those days where there's like a light rain falling outside, and it's one of those days where it looks like it's going to rain this way all day long. It's just gray looking. Doesn't seem like there's any breaks in the clouds, but it's not like super dark clouds like thunderstorms or anything. It just looks like a solid, steady rain that's going to last for hours.
Surely one of you can control the weather.
I mean, actually,
Wait, what? Seriously?
hang on, let me look up D&D Beyond
Yeah.
spell.
Level 15 druid. Crazy.
Hey.
I'm gonna go downstairs and mention nothing of my theft last night. And just casually notice that I don't need food anymore. Man, I'm not hungry.
You just feel. Oh, this is strange
Oh my
feeling
God.
of. I don't know. Like you got up this morning, you had a quick meditation, and that seemed to suffice. Your stomach's not growling. You don't
Weird.
It is really weird.
Can I still eat?
You can if you
Will I get
like,
sick
yeah.
if I... Okay, I'll eat some fruit.
It's like one of
Just
those
to
things
appear
where you
normal.
just
Like-
you kind of eat when you get bored now. It's like
Yeah,
you're not really
okay.
hungry, you just eat.
Sounds like my life right now.
That's it,
anyway.
that's it,
I just eat 'cause I'm bored.
that's the
yeah.
that's the COVID life. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's,
I mean, I have control weather, but it only lasts for 10 minutes.
Oh.
Mhm.
So
That's more for like making a statement than traveling.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Valor, I love your idea. Channel point rewards.
Oh, no, I
Sponsor a
lied.
chicken.
I lied. It takes
Nice.
10 minutes to cast, but concentration up to 8 hours
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh wow. So
within
if
5
you,
miles.
if you
Within 5
subscribe, you can
miles.
sponsor chicken, and Diana will give you weekly tweets. Haha. About the
Hey.
chicken.
Ah, yes.
Hey!
Diana, you need to make a Twitter account that's just
For our
designated
chicken.
for the ranch. There you
Yeah.
go.
Give all the
Oh my
ranch
God.
updates.
Dumpster fire ranch chicken updates.
So I guess the question is to you
Yes.
guys. You guys have
You're all gonna have to listen to it.
you guys have an open floor to decide what you want to do this day.
So what else did you get at the market yesterday while I was meditating, sleeping, not stealing a pig? What? I'm
Nice.
crazy. You guys are crazy.
A couple
What
of
are you talking
daggers.
All right.
You did what?
Couple of daggers.
I want to see them. Didn't I
Oh,
give you
gonna-
daggers? Never mind.
Molfin's gonna pull it out. It's basically looks has a very sort of like Yanti, almost snake-like appearance to it. If it hits, it is poisonous.
Ooh. What if it doesn't hit?
And it does nothing.
Is it still poisonous? It's like Schrödinger. Oh wait, I wouldn't know that. Okay.
I am very glad I'm resistant to psychic damage because you just hurt my brain.
Yep. Me too. Same thing. I heard the monks talking about Schrödinger's cow. It was great. I didn't really
Yes,
understand it.
we have to discuss about you sometimes. Schrodinger's monk. She's in her tower. Is she awake or asleep? As long as we don't look, she's both.
But I trance, so I don't do either.
I'll be out front.
I could be weak. Trance.
One just walks out.
Okay. I'm sorry. Cool dagger.
And we don't really have much of a choice once somebody wakes up. You know where
Yeah.
we're going.
I hope Auntie likes me. I'm kind of nervous.
I'm sure she will.
Okay.
Ashlyn, did you want to do shopping? We can do this after when we get back, but did you have things you wanted to try and get?
No.
Oh, yes, we can go shopping. We can go to the city.
No,
Okay.
not now.
Oh, never mind.
We'll go when we come back. How about that?
We'll go when we come back.
We'll go to town to do some
Oh.
shopping for you when we get back from seeing Auntie.
Oh, okay. We're gonna go see him. Okay.
Yeah.
Molfin,
I just
your-
looked pointedly at Molfin.
Molfin, your
Like Ashley. Sorry.
character sheet on Roll20 is updated, correct? Or is it still on? Is it?
Oh, dear God, no.
No. Okay.
The only thing that's updated on it,
Is your Wisdom saving throw modifier still a +6?
let me check here. Oh, saving throws, that's probably accurate.
Oh, yeah, accurate. Okay.
Yes.
Molfin,
But if it's a magic effect, I do have advantage.
gotcha.
Why is Michael asking this?
Because he's
Yeah.
doing something.
So Molfin, you're
Uh-huh.
standing out on the front porch. It's gray. There's like a fog, but only because of like the moisture and humidity in the area. Has caused like this light fog to kind of raise all around the area as this light rain falls. You hear well, do you still have that? Is that ring on, or did you actively turn it off?
No, I deactivated that functionality when I was trying to reach out to the leader of the Arcane Brotherhood.
So you are on the grid currently.
yes.
Okay. That's what I thought. I was making sure that you still had it off. I couldn't
Yeah.
double check.
No, I never said I turned
Online
it
and
back on.
Steam.
Yeah, online in Steam. That's right. So, a voice, a female voice, starts speaking to your mind.
Oh no.
Shrouded wizard, you have something I desire in your possession. It seems that others are ignoring me currently, and that does not please me. Perhaps we can work out an arrangement. And that's all you hear.
Now, given my knowledge, do I think that I can reply to this?
You think you can reply, you're just not sure you're going to get a
Okay.
response back.
Well, right. It's more, or I have sending. Am I assuming that this is the sending spell that I'm getting in my brain?
Your assumption is it is, yeah.
Okay. Molfin is literally just sort of stands there and pretty much doing exactly what he's doing. Sort of looks down at the hand for a couple of minutes. Pulls a little bit of the shroud out, looks down at that in front of him, and looks back towards the house a little bit. You forgot about my hand, but if there's something you have to say, name a time and place to discuss face to face.
That rhymed.
All of a sudden, Ashlyn just pops out through the door, screen door, and is like, that rhymed.
Yeah. 6 feet, Uncle Molfin. Keep going.
Some time passes, Molfin. You standing on the porch, and you hear like the rattling of plates from breakfast, people picking up inside, and you never get a response back.
Didn't think I would. But just to be on the safe side, Molfin's going to activate his third eye trait so he can see invisible within 10 feet again.
Okay.
And that'll last until either a short or long rest, and then I can change. It'll keep going unless I change it to something different.
Okay, it's cool that you do that, because immediately above your head, about 3 feet in front of you, you see a purple glowing orb.
Wow, these people have sass.
Really?
Wow.
Oh, the
I can
sass.
see you! If you don't stop this, I'm going to start scrying on you, and I think you're in the shower.
As you say that, the purple
Oh.
orb goes and vanishes.
Well, I think you're in the shower. Wow.
Jeez.
Stop it. I said stop. I don't consent to this.
Yeah.
Oh, no. The sass.
Bloody hell.
I'm sorry.
I'm just going to look over up at the door. Can we leave yet? I'd rather deal with my wife than this.
Then
Yeah,
what?
let's go. I tell Dad he's coming with us. He doesn't have a choice.
Sure, I'll get ready. And he gets himself situated. He gets, his cloak, his hood pulled up. Go out in the rain. And
I thought your wife was in your pocket.
She is. We're going to my house.
Oh,
We have to
I
put
missed
her
all
in...
this. Okay.
No, we have to put her in the bed for her to wake up.
Oh, right. Okay. Gotcha.
you guys are going to Molfin's house. Look at that.
Jeez.
Yeah.
As everyone sort of starts comes out. By the way, your family says hello.
What do they
Decided
want?
they wanted to watch me this morning.
Why? What do they want?
Well, apparently she's unhappy you're ignoring her. Told her to stop watching us or I'd watch her when she's in the shower.
I'm sorry. I'm so
Like I said, I may have lied when I'd say I'd rather deal with my wife than that, but the sooner we deal with this, the sooner we can deal with something else on the list.
Yeah.
I think if I try to run away, Molfin sort of looks at everyone around. I think you might
know
try to kill
better.
me, so.
Yes, you know better. So, you ready?
And
Let's
with
go.
that, Molfin will look around at the group and cast teleportation.
Going home. I think I gotta make a roll, right? Is it-
Let me check the spell. I don't know if you'd really even need to for.
It's very
The level of
familiar, right?
familiarity that we're dealing with.
Yeah, it's super.
Yeah, so it's a
familiar.
very
Yeah, what's the very familiar?
I don't know if I qualify as an associated object to my own home,
Yeah,
or if my wife does, because
I would say you
if
do.
I have an associated object, I hit no matter what.
Okay. Oh yeah.
If we're going with very familiar, though, it's a 25 to 100. I'm on target.
Oh yeah. You're fine. You are fine. So you guys have that familiar feeling that you've had from teleporting place to place, as you get that light on your feet feeling, as all of a sudden you see this bright flash of energy. Where exactly in the house are you trying to pop in, Molfin?
Literally right at the front entranceway.
Okay. So, Molfin, I want you to describe to your party mates and to our audience what the residence of Molfin looks like when they show up.
So, prior to wandering, Molfin has lived his life working as a scribe, basically a librarian. The home he shares with his wife, where his children were raised, is rather small overall. It's built for, people a little larger, because we do have some family friends that are, average sized people. But walking through the front doorway, there's a straight hallway, runs back about 35-40 feet. Immediately off to the left, double wide door leads into like a living area. That room butts up against, further back into the house on that same left-hand side, another single door with the basically an eat-in kitchen. So it's a small cooking area, table, a couple of chairs around it. On the right-hand side of the hallway, there are, far back is, we'll call it the master bedroom. And then there are two smaller bedrooms. Basically, each one is half the size of the master, for where the kids would have slept.
Now, is this kind of like a standard kind of home with wooden walls and a basic roof? Or...
Yeah, basic, very sort of basic. Like think almost like I guess I'll say think sort of like not Hobbit, but like standard like medieval, just cottage type.
Right.
So it's wooden walls, probably a couple of like larger beams for the corner posts to hold it up.
I would imagine too. Would your property area be fenced in a little bit with
Yep,
maybe like a small wooden fence that goes around it.
No, shrubbery.
Shrubbery, yeah, because your wife likes to do the gardening and things like that around the outsides of the house. One thing you guys would notice about that as well, Molfin, and it would be different for you as well coming here, is it doesn't look like anybody has touched that in quite a long time. Imagine a garden that's been grown in with weeds and other things, and the yard has kind of gotten out of control here a little bit.
Who was she?
Little, she was there for a while. Bloody hell. Well, might as well have you all come in. Often will just walk up and lead everyone into the sitting area.
I'm kind of imagining a simply furnished abode.
Oh, very, yeah.
Probably
very rudimentary. Very, it's sort of that, like, just that sort of like very rudimentary, sort of homey type, comfortable.
Yeah, like shabby chic.
Yeah.
Without
That
chic, maybe just shabby.
Shabby, comfy.
Shabby comfy, like your grandparents' house.
And so you look. It's got that one. It's got that one
Lived in.
sort of. It's got that one sort of couch that everybody's grandparents have with that just hideous pattern on it.
Oh, the flower,
Yes.
the orange flower
Yeah.
pattern. Yeah,
everybody's grandparents have that. That's right.
everybody.
That's right.
Why did I grow up with that couch?
I don't know. I have multiple family members that have that couch.
Put the plastic on it. The day that the plastic came off. What?
Don't sit on that couch.
Yeah.
It's a mimic.
Oh yeah.
If you ever see a pattern like that, we're like, nope.
All right, yeah. So you guys make your way into that main entryway into this main hallway that kind of leads back to the living quarters and areas of Molfin's home. Molfin, as you're walking into, like, you look off to the side where you keep like this small shelf, small bookshelf in the like you've collected so many books that you have shelves pretty much placed in every area that you can basically find room for them. I'm pretty sure in your living area you probably have a like floor to ceiling kind of bookshelf that's like almost embedded probably into one of the walls that you have stacked with tomes and books. And,
Yeah, just that everything.
absolutely.
Long life, man. You need reading material.
Oh, absolutely. And some of these books are, I mean, you're talking classics. You got all sorts of sizes, and shapes, and colors, and all kinds of different books here. One of the bookshelves, it does have a little bit of dust on the top, as if, this house has been empty for a little bit of time. And, and as you're walking through and you get more toward the living space area, that's when you start to notice kind of strange things. You see some claw marks on like the wood of the floor. Clearly claw, like razor sharp. Just kind of scratched through. One of the windows to the living quarter area looks like it has been repaired. Not finished by any means, but almost as if somebody like repaired the wood around the edges, because it looks like there's like new boards placed there, and put in like a different type of window than what the rest of your house has. And on the kitchen table, there is a folded up piece of parchment.
He's gonna walk. He was beelining for the bedroom, but seeing that, he's gonna turn and open the parchment.
All right, are you in roll 20 right now?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to share a letter that you find on your kitchen table. I'm going to show it to all players.
Oh.
Show to everyone, and you guys can see this letter. think I should probably read it for our Twitch audience.
Yeah.
If you guys are okay with that. I don't want to slow things down, but it's not a very long letter.
Yeah, that's...
So basically it says, Dear Mum, we decided to leave this letter just in case you showed up at a later time. We have all mourned you and Papa over the last few weeks and have expended all local outlets in attempt to find you. We have decided to travel to search for more information. Arnulf is traveling via caravan in the morning to Everland to seek answers there, and I plan to make another pass through Daggerford on my way to Waterdeep to see if we can pick up the trail. If you get home, please stay put, as we plan to return immediately following our search. It was difficult to do through the blur of our endless tears, but we honored Papa by burying the remains of his clothing between the rose bushes and petunias within the garden. We know that those flowers and Papa have always occupied the center of your heart, and now all of them are rooting together forever and always. Gosh, we sure hope you are safe. We miss you, Mum. Love always, Email. And you know these are 2 of your sons.
Molfin's just going to pick up the letter and bring it with him and head into the bedroom.
Okay.
Reach into the bag. Basically, just sort of basically set the bag on the bed and just sort of slide around onto the bed.
Okay, do you currently look like shrouded, Molfin?
Yeah.
Or do you look like the Molfin that you... Because I think you did illusion magic before you saw her the first time.
It's...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did.
Where's the hat of disguise?
I'm attuned to too many items. I'm going to roll for it and see if Molfin would even... As Molfin walks in there to see if he'd even think of it.
Yeah.
Molfin is Molfin. It's not...
just like you are?
Just like Molfin, I will say, even with that roll, I will say Molfin will have the common sense to put that pair of gloves on.
Pair of gloves on, yep.
I still have a pair that I bought. I just don't typically wear them, but it's... The dice don't want me to change 3 on the die.
Right.
When the dice tell the story. Oh, this is
So
tasty.
you guys all
I'm
watch
standing nearby.
Molfin just like, after reading this letter, kind of beeline it into the bedroom. He puts the bag of holding down, and as he's pulling something out of the bag, and you can't really tell what it is because it's invisible at first, and there's this invisible imprint that seems to happen within the mattress of the bed. And then as this happens and he gets it completely out of the bag of holding, you see a woman appear, a gnomish woman. Lachlan, you haven't spent much time with Molfin and Liliana, but you've seen her before, and you instantly know this is her. And as her head hits the pillow of this bed, her eyes start to blink a little bit, and she starts to open her eyes. And she looks directly into the eyes of Molfin, standing above her. We're home.
Yes, the enchantment I cast put you into a sort of stasis so that we could escape that location and bring you back here.
Also, I actually was there, wasn't I? I thought it was just a bad dream.
Molfin's going to look down a little bit. Yes, and it was my fault.
What is that on your face?
There's much we need to discuss, and this ties into it.
She kind of looks.
Do you remember?
She looks around the room as you say that. You can tell she's still kind of a little distant mentally. She's trying to just get her bearings a little bit as she just kind of woken up. Not 100% all there right at this point, but looks over and sees Lachlan. Locke.
Hey.
What? You've changed.
Mm-hmm.
Do I look handsome?
You've grown.
I've been traveling with Gramps. He's been a good influence.
Looks back at Molfin. Looks back at you. I would hope so. That's why he went with you in the first place.
Yep, I've learned so much from him.
Ooh.
He's
My
really
dear
blossoming into a kind, responsible young man.
Who are all these others?
I was about
I'm
to
gonna
say,
go up
perhaps we should-
and immediately hug her.
Oh,
And go, great Aunt Lily, great Auntie Lily, so good to see you, so good to see you with your niece Ash. God.
At
I'm
first,
so
she's not
excited.
really sure what to do, and you like grab her and kind of like pull up on her, and she just embraces you and just kind of pats and kind of like runs her hand the back of your head a little bit through your hair.
Yeah.
Oh, dear, this one. That's
I met Uncle Molfin on. Sorry. I met Uncle Molfin on the road, and I had to come back and see you and stuff like that. So.
I'm sorry, it's just these old bones. It's just-
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Oh.
Well, good to see.
These are some of the friends that have been journeying with us.
These are the ones that went with you. These are
Hello.
the ones that went with you and Lachlan and Moby. Right. Right. And you are? Points towards Diana.
I'm Diana. Hi, I'm a cleric. You said that you were in pain, didn't you just now?
Oh, honey, that's just because I'm old.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. I'm
She's just rubbing her
So
back.
nothing that I can do. Oh,
But thank you for
you
the
don't look
offer.
a
I do appreciate
day
it.
over 300.
Oh, how sweet of you, young lady. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, and you. Points to Callista.
I'm Callista. Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you. You have beautiful hair.
Thank you.
I wish mine still had some. I don't know. These split ends are just.
Can totally take care of that. Three of us.
You're married to a good man.
He is a good man. He's a very good man. He's also been missing for over a year.
I'm
I
gonna go make
apologize
tea.
for that.
Keep a lot of tea.
Everybody just turns around and walks out.
Good seeing you, Graham.
I'm gonna go. I thought I saw something in the library. It looked great. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
Everything
I'll
in the
help with
pantry.
the
I'll be back.
tea. I can freshen those tea leaves with some druid crap. I'm right
Good,
behind
good.
Ashlyn.
I will make some
And
tea for
immediately
everyone.
the party abandons Molfin.
Mission success! Now he's stuck here.
My dear, thank you so much. Thank you for getting me out of all this mess. But I do have some questions.
And hopefully we have some answers. Well, hopefully I have some.
You see, I thought you were already home. Can you answer that one first?
I suppose in one way of thinking I was. One of the things I learned during my travels is, well, let me start at the beginning. Or rather, perhaps a quarter of the way through. It's a rather long tale.
Maybe we should
After
recommend
we-
everybody go to the Proficiency Bonus YouTube channel.
For the Cliff Notes version,
That's it.
Yeah.
Lachlan and Moby and myself, as well as the others, arrived at that city of Nightstone we were going to.
Yes, I remember. Moby said the young cleric lady who was just in here. Apparently the Dorn friend of yours had something for him to do.
I will get with him. He's the one who took you.
Oh no.
But suffice to say that Moby, in our dealings with goblins within that city, Moby, Lachlan, and I followed them through a doorway. And the doorway had been cursed.
Okay. And what happened?
All three of us were condemned to servitude. To one certain devil.
Just for walking through a door?
Uninvited, apparently, yes. Apparently his clerics are rather adamant about privacy.
Did Lachlan try to break into someone's home?
No, we were cleaning goblins out of the goblins had invaded the city. We were going around removing the goblins. Goblin broke in. We see goblin go in, we go in, kill goblin, and leave.
Okay.
So, now goblin is currently serving devil in hell. Come to find out during a other point that Lachlan, Moby, and myself were damned. So I did what I had to in order to save our family.
Oh, you know what Moby always said. It's all about family. It's family first.
Yes, and then he abandoned his family. But we'll get to him later.
He's gone? You haven't seen him?
No, he walked out on us and joined some black-feathered female canine in the Shadowfell.
Goodness. Watworth and Liba have been wondering where he's been. They've been worried sick about him.
Right now I'm attempting to deal with the devil to get rid of the problem for the two of them on that end. Once that's resolved, then I'm worried about getting him back from the other one in the Shadowfell. But because of the risk that it was putting, I found a spell book that had a scroll within it that would give me the power to duplicate myself.
Right.
I took on this shrouded visage and created a duplicate of myself. Now there were two of me. One that could come home. Keep you safe, or so I thought. And one that could do what needed to be done.
Not once in this whole endeavor did you not think of maybe just stopping in to talk about it? It's been a long time, Molfin, and I hadn't heard a thing from you as you left. And now you're telling me that Moby is missing? You have no...
Oh no, we know right where he is. He just turned his back on everyone he cared about.
That doesn't sound like Moby to me, Molfin. Search your guts, search your feelings.
My dear, I witnessed it. He is in need of some a very physical form of cognitive recalibration. Luckily, I ran into, will sort of roll his eyes, my niece, on the road, and she is quite good at that.
Molfin, she's kind of looks like she's starting to get a little frustrated now, Molfin, and you know your wife. You've spent a lot of time with her. She's starting to get a little frustrated. It seems like she's having a hard time moving on from this whole Moby thing. That's family, and she kind of looks at you. She's like, Molfin, if you remember, the whole reason that you left with them in the first place was so you could help and keep tabs on both of them. That was part of your responsibility. That was what you were supposed to do. Lachlan, he seems to be coming along just fine. But Moby, that's family, that's blood. And even if he chose to walk away, you need to track him down. You got to
That is in the plan.
You have to find him and bring him home.
I have already failed him once. The only way to bring him back is to end the one who is influencing him.
How do you intend to do that, my dear?
A lot has changed in the time I've been gone. I have learned things, I have gained skills and power.
I can clearly see
As you
that
are-
by just looking at you, dear. I mean, you are very different. You're not the same Molfin that would spend hours in the den reading over your books.
I'll just sort of lean forward, not that she can see him sort of grinning underneath the shroud, just sort of looks down. There is a part of him still here. But I have watched Lachlan at first, this sort of looks, make sure nobody here on the delinquent. This, just all of the trouble he was causing. And Moby is supposed to be this righteous beacon to bring him forward and show him the proper way to be. And then, time after time, Moby got distracted or forgetful and vanished for days or weeks on end. And eventually would be found or return, and all the time Lachlan seeing that as who our families have told him to look up to and to be like. To see after what has happened. He has learned more. Watching the three of them who abandoned me to this conversation.
Sounds like things are going well in there. There's no screaming or throwing.
We're all leaned up against the door, stacked, listening in.
Their heads like stacked on top of each other.
He's like, these cursed tall ones, man, I tell you.
He has learned more from watching them and the influence that they have had on him than anything I think I ever could have taught him. I am now learning more from him in terms of what it means to fight for something.
She kind of like takes her finger and she sticks it up like right here on the shroud on your mouth. And she says, "Now stop that foolish talk, Molfin. You just heard all of them in this room speak of what kind of man you are. And I know you've got this thing on your face. And she tries to like pull on it, and you can feel it like pull on your skin. It's like doing that. And for some reason, I just can't get it off of your face. But whatever this is, I know the man I married. And it's not this. Not all this. Now you went with this evil Mr. Dorn to this Nightstone with one purpose. That was to look over those two gnomes. And to be an influence to them. To help put Lachlan on the right path. So he wouldn't get into those shenanigans with his friends anymore. You know what they can do at Waterdeep if they catch people doing shenanigans there, right? Yes, you do know.
Both will actually start laughing.
As all these flashes of memories of your Waterdeep stuff goes.
Busted one of them out of jail last week.
That's exactly what I said when I was muted. Like, MG knows.
But she's like
that and the whole thing on the back of the newspaper.
Yeah.
But she just says like, listen, I'm not mad at you. I saw you trembling as I opened my eyes. And I had a feeling that you thought I was going to give you a stern talking to, but maybe 10 years ago, maybe 15 years ago, I might have. But Molfin, I'm afraid we don't have much time left, my dear. We're reaching what I like to say our glory years. Now here's what I want you to do. I want you to go with those friends of yours. And I want you to finish what all this was started. I want you to put it into it all. I want you to finish it. And I want you to bring Moby home. I want you to come back here. I want you to come back to me. I want you to come back to your books. I want you to help me in the garden with the rose bushes and the petunias. Can you promise me this, Molfin?
Molfin's going to hold out the letter. I have to find our sons first.
She looks over the letter.
They have gone off to find you. I have done nothing but put this family in risk. If you still want me home after I have done all this,
you leave.
then I would be honored.
Well, she hears that as she's holding this letter, looking at it. She's like, "You leave Arnuf and Emil to me. I will take care of this." Finish what was started with Nightstone. And then let's live out the rest of our days together here.
Molfin's going to reach out and sort of just clasp her hand in his.
Oh.
You have my word.
And she kind of just embraces you, pulls you closer, and then just kind of embraces you into a hug.
Ashton's gonna get a tea tray already and kind of hip open the door.
Oh,
And,
the door hips open.
And time for tea.
Conveniently length of brew time.
Wow, yeah, how about
Let's
that?
go.
We were listening or something.
How about that?
That's like in chat they're saying like the door opens and everybody falls into the room.
Yes.
Valor, that is awesome.
That's so good.
Apparently we're having tea.
Hey, does anybody know if maybe one of the pigs could have gotten out of the pen last night?
No, I don't know why you're talking
'Cause
about
I
that.
was-
Why would you say anything like that?
Well, I was doing a head count, and there's
Of
supposed
the
to
pigs?
be
Why would you
10.
head count the pigs? They're so silly, and no one head counts pigs. So I hear.
Diana, make an
What are-
insight check, please.
Do I even need to?
But anyways, because he's her best friend, and it's like, how much does she trust her best friend?
You probably don't even have to roll, but I'm gonna let you roll anyway.
Probably not gonna roll. I'm not gonna roll. There's
That
no
would be a 21.
Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah, Ashlyn probably knows about the pig.
Ashlyn.
Diana! You're so silly. I don't know what you're talking about pigs for. Clearly, this is a very social situation we should not be discussing farm life about.
Like it's they're all of our animals, right? Like, like if you like happen to have a specific pig that you are really bonded to, that would be okay. For
Well, it
instance,
was
I
just
have
that you were
such a
naming all of them, and I was like,
What'd you name your pig, Ashlyn?
Yeah, what'd you name
Fluffy.
it?
Fluffy.
I
There it
love
is.
it.
Cause he's gonna grow into a big white fluffy thing, right?
That's a sheep.
What? Fluffy is a sheep?
No. What you took grows into bacon.
Fluffy goes into bacon?
Yes.
Brilliant.
Well, where did you get bacon from? That's just silly. Bacon tree? No, seriously, where did you get bacon?
Circle of life.
Ashlyn, pigs, which is what you have, I'm
Mhm.
assuming.
Fluffy.
Fluffy.
Mhm.
If it were to be killed for food, it can be turned into bacon.
That's gross. You're so
We do
full of
have
crap.
one that is.
No, as a
we do
druid, I'm
have
pretty
one
sure
that is
that's how
already
that
in
works.
bacon grease.
I don't think about where meat comes from, guys.
It's probably best you don't.
I just eat it.
Alfred's gonna
Okay,
look
but you
over at his
won't-
wife and say,
Used to.
and this is just about every day.
Us teaching Ashlyn the circle of life.
She looks around. Must have been quite an adventure. Lachlan, how are your parents doing?
They're
Are they-
great.
Do they still have the shop in Waterdeep?
Pops has been doing some incredibly artistic work lately.
Really? I don't. He hasn't shown me anything that he's worked on. We don't have any. We don't have any of his pieces in our homestead here. But do you think next time you visit that you could bring one back to me?
He's waiting to make something really special for you guys, so it may take a little longer.
Oh, go. Wait, yeah. Make sure he
Special?
knows that if, whatever the cost we can pay.
For extra, yeah.
Yeah, how long are you going without seeing them?
For you guys, it would be no cost. We would make, we'll get.
And Lachlan, you like Molfin is like it's like distant family, like those.
Yeah.
It's kind of like those things where you only see each other during like big family gatherings. So for gnomes, since you
Like
guys
once every 2 years.
yeah,
like-
once every couple years. For gnomes, it might be even more than that since you guys live so dang
Yeah.
long. It might be like once every
Yeah.
5 years you actually like see each other and maybe
Yeah.
say hi, how are you?
A
And
wedding, a funeral,
yeah,
you know.
yeah,
Mhm.
the big events where you get the whole family together.
Yeah.
So you know, you don't know them extremely well, but you know Molfin, you know, from your adventures, but you don't know her quite as well as
Mage Hand Fist.
Yeah, Mage Hand Fist, yeah. And Moby's family was kind of like the same way. Like you guys, very distant, but still blood, still family. So. Well,
Graham, I'm happy to see you're safe.
Thanks to all of you.
You should have seen him. When he found out, it was terrifying.
Yeah.
Was he upset?
I've
That's
never
an
seen him so
understatement.
determined. Yeah.
Beyond reproach.
Diana's having flashbacks to a decapitated Dorn.
Yeah, that she points to that wall where the window is fixed. I came into the living quarters. Oh, the DM lair is raiding us. DM lair with a big raid.
Whoa,
Thank you.
DM lair.
Thank
A
you
big
so
raid.
much, DM lair. We do appreciate all the support. She looks towards that repaired hole in the wall. I came into the room late one night, and I thought I saw something outside the window there. And I turned away just for a moment, just to go get a lantern, just to see if I could get a closer look. And I'm Molfin, I thought it was you with me, reading in your den. And all of a sudden I got a little closer. There were these two large eyes peering at me through the window pane. I scared it off initially, and I was frightened myself. Whatever it was something very large outside. Then I turned away. I was headed to talk to you, my dear. And I heard the crash behind me. And I was slammed to the floor hard. Right over here. And she points to a section of the floor, and you can see there's some, like, claw marks and marks of scuffle that are on the floor. And then you, what I thought was you, my dear, came barreling out of the room. And it saw you, and there was bloodlust in its eyes. And it jumped towards you, and this creature had a terrible smell to it. It was horrifying. It almost numbed my entire body. And it leapt towards you, my dear, and it gouged through you. But when it did, it was strange. You didn't topple over. You splashed down into a soppy, soggy mess onto the floor. And this creature just tore at your clothing and ripped and tore and bit and threw your robes all around the living room. And where she points to where that happened, you can see there's a bunch of, like, claw marks still on the floor where that happened.
That would be a friend of Dorn's, unfortunately.
Why would he do?
I gave that man too much credit.
Why would he do such a thing?
Suffice to say, most of what has happened has been some strange machination of Dorn's. He had ties in getting Moby involved, brought Callista in, Diana. And then when he realized he was unable to control us, started reaching out to others to find ways to influence. This was after I had duplicated myself. I assumed that Dorn, with his grasp of spell casting, would be able to track the true me rather than the duplicate. Apparently, he decided to send creatures that rely on sight and look at the first thing that looked like me. While it had my memories and my feelings and everything else, it was as you described, a puddle of water if it was destroyed.
You see, my dear, that's how I knew, deep down inside, that you were still out there somewhere. I just knew. And no matter what he might have said to you, I never once saw Dorn. I woke up. I was on a boat. Tied up, shackled. Cold, wet, alone. Sailed for quite some time. Saw a few other men that I wouldn't be able to even recognize now if I even saw them, and they put something over my head and I could not see. I was carried around, tousled, and locked up. I stayed there for quite some time. I had hope the whole time. I tried not to let it slip. Tried to just keep holding on to every thread. And then you came. You pulled me out of there. All of you. And she looks at the whole room. And looks at all of you, right in the eye. Diana, Callista, Ashlyn, Lachlan. You are all in my debt. Everything that is mine is yours. I share it with you all. It's not much to give. But anything that you need, I will do my best to do what I can to give it to you if you need it.
That goes both ways. Molfin's our family, so are you.
Looks at you, Molfin, and smiles. It looks like this big family just got a little bigger.
Certainly seems so. They've helped keep me sane.
Great, maybe
I'll
now.
see y'all at the next wedding.
Oh God.
Maybe now you can start working on that addition I kept on talking to you about for the last 15 years.
That's too real, Michael. That's too real.
And so it begins.
Fabrication.
We've had this. Oh,
Literally.
wow.
He constantly reminding my boyfriend, so when are we gonna get my dream couch, huh?
Couldn't we, like, buy her a castle by now?
Molfin's going to go
We
into
could.
his own pouch. I have a task that I've been given by my wife, which means I am unable to stay and perform any additions to the house. And is just going to hand her a bag of coins.
Where did you get this?
From a dragon.
You've seen a dragon?
How many?
A couple? 3?
I mean, we have one.
4? We
Why?
killed a couple.
Okay.
Killed
You
one.
can't
Two?
count that.
One dated another.
Yeah.
I am
Who
not
would-
dating a dragon. That's Callista.
What was it? Kill, date, marry? Isn't that a game? I like that.
You're right. Damn. Callista's playing Kill, Date, Marry with Dragons.
Klaus, all three.
Yeah.
Well,
So Callista's going to date Firebrand, marry Clarion, and kill Imrith.
Well, Imrith already dead. I didn't kill her.
I knew, dear, that you've been talking about dragons with some of those books that you read. I just didn't think that your adventure would take you that way, my dear. I'm glad.
Let us just say that you ended up on its nose.
All right, we'll leave it at that then.
That should enable you to hire as many workers as you need in the time that I'm gone to bring back Moby. And Molfin is literally handing her his bag with 500 platinum in it.
Ooh.
Shit.
That's a lot of money right there.
That's a good apology, boy.
Leave me a
Buy
man
yourself
like
something
that.
nice, girl. You deserve it.
Yeah, that's a nice
Take
apology.
care of yourself.
I'm sorry. Fantastic. Yeah, she takes it and she's just shocked, like speechless. This is a ton of money. And just doesn't really know what to say at this point. What? She sets it off to the side. Listen, my dear. The additions can wait. I'd much rather you and I work on it together than just hire a bunch of people that I don't even know or trust to come into our home and rip walls out. And, I don't feel comfortable with that sort of thing.
Well, Callisto can do demo work like crazy. Like rock work.
Earth
Yes,
elemental.
we have to deal with getting Moby back first.
Yeah.
So obviously we can't stay here to do demo and the renovations now.
We have a long list, and as much as I would love to do that instead of the rest of it, we got commitments, and people are getting impatient, so...
Well, then it's best
My
you
dear,
take care
may
of those
want to
things.
see. You may want to see about. I don't want to put either of the boys out, but I would feel better with.
How do you feel about the farm life, Auntie?
Farm life?
We are looking for a new live-in.
I do love to dabble in the garden. I have quite a green thumb, you could say.
Do you like chickens? We got chicken.
I have not dealt with livestock-esque farm-type occupations, I guess? If that's the right way of putting it. Do you have chickens?
We have a lot of chickens.
Let us just say our
50 of them.
cleric was rather unspecific on her purchase order.
First of all, I was at a temple. It was Callista said stock the pantry. You bought the entire farm. You bought 5 farms.
Well,
I did not
yes.
buy a farm. We already owned the farm.
No, you just stocked it full of animals that we don't have time to take care of.
But we're giving back to the community by hiring people to do that. It's kind of
Ashlyn said we're creating
Gentrification.
jobs in the
Yeah.
industry, in the market. We're helping grow the economy
yeah.
by buying up all of the chicken and overrunning the freaking chicken market. We haven't been
I mean,
happy
it's
on
fair.
eggs.
Once Clarion gets back, that is a place she could stay while we deal with other things. Oh, as his real wife shows up?
Mm.
Yeah. Hey,
Oh, wait,
I just want to
is-
throw real quick out to chat. Thank you guys so much for the kind words and all the
Thank
new
you.
follows. Thank you once again for the follow. That was Security Cam 112. Welcome to the family. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Is that right? Security Cam? I think I got it right. Awesome. Thank you.
Security Cam.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for the new follows and for hanging out with us. Thank you, DM Lair for the raid. And we do appreciate all the support. Okay, I think we got our Molfin back.
My apologies.
Okay.
Oh, you're all good. You're all good. I understand.
But the minute that people started bringing that, you can see Molfin is almost completely shut down now.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I know.
Yeah.
But you're Muffin, I'm assuming you're thinking you want to have security so she's not alone, right?
Yes.
Isn't your dad at the house?
No,
Dad's
her
here right now.
father is with us
Oh.
because we have.
Oh
those
yeah.
people
Hi, Raul.
Hi,
here.
I'm right here. I've been standing here the whole time.
Sorry, I
Hi.
missed you. Not there the
Actually-
entire time.
Did we leave Riser back at the house?
I think you did. Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah,
was.
we
Yes,
did.
Riser's back
He
home.
was probably still asleep on the couch when you guys teleported out.
He wakes up, everyone's gone.
Guys,
He wakes up, everybody's
on,
gone.
bro.
There's so many
Guys.
chickens.
guys.
Callista,
Yes,
do we have any crystal?
probably. Why?
How much?
Fuck. Bag of holdings.
That's up to. That's in one way. I can look there too.
So they're talking about the chickens getting your own instas, Diana. What do you think about that?
Chickens getting their own what?
Instas.
Instas?
If we don't
Yeah.
have any, we can buy some. But with all, like, what type
I'm
of
down.
crystals? Like just, like gems or?
It does not matter because Molfin is going to abuse them.
What is?
Oh, the
block?
gems. Not the
Yes.
chickens.
I can abuse a chicken if you really want me to, but that's
No,
not.
let's
I'm
not.
sure we can get like
Zombie chicken.
chandeliers or something with
Yeah.
crystals on them.
How
Dude, I
far
went to-
out?
Sorry.
Michael, where we leveled out? How far outside of town are we?
Probably like 5 miles outside of Daggerford.
Oh, Daggerford. Do I
Yeah.
think Daggerford would sell crystal? Do I think there's any sort of shop in there? Again, it doesn't matter what form it takes. Basically, I need crystals worth 1,500 gold. Whether it's furniture, just specifies it's got to be,
Like a chandelier.
yeah.
Yeah, they probably sell something that's related to that you could probably. It's they're probably not a lot there because Daggerford's not super big. Oh well, they do have a little bit of a on the opposite inland. There's a couple of mountains and hill areas where they probably have some
Yeah,
mines that
imports.
and imports.
Pawn
Yeah, they
shop.
probably got some imports and stuff from other places. So I would think they'd have a little bit of it.
Is that where Callista's family's from?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't your family have a chandelier?
probably. Yeah.
most definitely.
There's a
Yeah.
couple chandeliers in my
Rob,
house if you want
the-
that. You
oh
can
my
rob my
God.
house.
Do y'all remember when we actually did rob Callista's family's house and then
Yeah.
like what did
I
we
have
ever
no
do
as
with all-
long as you don't as long as you don't touch mom's room, I have no attachments otherwise to that house.
What did we? I remember I stole a lot from them.
You
Yeah,
stole a
did.
lot
Me
of
and
like
Lachlan.
You stole a lot
silverware
of,
and vases and
knickknacks and all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
knickknacks.
You gave a
Yes,
lot
I
to the
took
poor,
the
though.
silverware.
I feel like.
She
Did
did.
I?
Diana like
Yeah.
holding open the bag of holding, just going, you
Yeah.
know, like clearing
You
the
stole a lot, but you gave to the poor, I think. next
Golden
day.
knives fall out.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's at the house anyway.
Okay.
Here's my, let me ask you what your view on this, Michael, is. Can I use basically one of the spells I grabbed from leveling up? Requires me to have a. Let me pull it back up again. A crystal rod worth 1,500 gold that is not consumed. No, that's not consumed.
Okay.
So, can I use my fabricate spell
To merge all the crystals
to merge all the crystals
Into a rod.
into a rod.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay.
As long as you have the
And
crystal to do it, I would allow it. Yeah.
Okay, Molfin.
And you guys know for a fact there's a crystal chandelier in the Horncrow estate.
Okay, Molfin is going to look at the group and say, pardon me for a couple of moments. I shouldn't be more than 5 or 6 minutes.
Do you want someone to go with you? I'll go with you.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wouldn't mind hopping in just to check the house.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Shouldn't someone stay here with? Oh, wait. Wasn't the point so someone
I
would
shall
stay here
stay.
with Great Auntie?
Come with.
I'll stay.
I shall stay
Round
with
Round
you.
raises his hand.
Okay.
Riled
we'll
and
be right
Diana
back.
can stay.
I can stay.
Alright.
Okay.
It shouldn't take us more than 3 or 4 moments.
All right.
Should we leave?
Round looks at Diana. Is like, you go. I'll stay.
I kind of lean over to Round and I'm like, aren't you being hunted by like your mother or something? Like you can fight and protect her, but like what if like y'all are both targets? Should we leave 2 targets alone with one another?
Listen, dear. I'm not.
It cancels out.
I'm not afraid of her.
No, what? That doesn't. I'll stay here. I'll stay here. I was gonna
I
go.
am a wizard of extensive magical prowess.
Okay.
And humble too.
And
So humble, father.
Settle down. Settle down.
I'm sorry, I seem to have gotten something stuck in my throat.
I'll stay here with Auntie.
Again,
We won't be long.
Yes,
Let's
it's
go.
Okay.
hop in.
I'll
hop
have
back.
tea. It's great.
Okay,
Tea.
I'll just go with Molfin then, unless Lachlan.
Yeah, of course I'm going along. Just-
Okay.
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 So
Then
I'll
I'm gonna
stay.
cast-
Diana's gonna stay.
Yep.
Okay. Everybody else is going.
Okay, so we have Diana, Ashlyn, and Ryle staying? Or is Ashlyn coming?
No, I'm staying.
Ashlyn's gonna stay. Okay.
Split the party. 3 here,
party.
3 there.
Split
the party.
3 and 3. Split the party,
It
folks.
always
God
goes
knows what
well.
we're gonna
Oh,
find.
God.
This is fine.
It's fine. All right. So,
Malfa's going to cast teleport.
I have important business.
are you gonna use
That's fine.
teleport to get there?
Yep.
Okay. I'll put on some different music. Get out of there.
The fight music.
Yeah, combat music right away.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh boy.
All right, where are you teleporting to, Molfin?
His office.
His office.
Because I have a book of his.
Ah,
do.
so you do have
All
something. Oh wow. Is it the higher the roll, the better for teleport?
Yes.
Okay. I rolled a 99.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
Okay, so basically that would have got me there even if I had only been roughly described the property.
Yep.
Oh, good.
So you guys, that familiar feeling, and you land in the middle of the Horncrow residence in Robert Horncrow's office. And it is quiet and dark in here. I mean, it's daylight outside, but you can tell like most of the shades have been pulled shut. It was like that most of the time in the Horncrow residence anyway. Like they cut off, like when they were in the house, cut off pretty much from the outside world, so to speak. But it's relatively dark. You guys are in this nice, lush, decorative office with a beautiful polyurethane coated desk. And Molfin, did you leave that bookshelf? Well, the bookshelf would have been closed, I think, at this point.
No,
Or did you? I can't remember
I had
exactly what you did whenever you left.
Make sure the guy knew that he saw it.
I left the opening to the office open, but put the picture back up and everything else was closed.
Gotcha.
Within the office.
Yep. And you can see all those decorative little knickknacks. He's got kind of like this standing column in the corner that has some kind of sculpted bust made of bronze or something in the corner, and just these very, very noble, rich-looking attire throughout the office. What would you guys like to do as you're here?
Molfin is just on a mad search looking for like crystal chandeliers.
Lachlan, you know
Like, I need
exactly where one
1,500.
is because the time you
Oh,
came
yeah.
here before, like there's one right in the foyer as you walk in, because you stayed kind of by the porch the last time to
Yeah.
look out, and you were from your thievery in Waterdeep, you knew how to case a place.
I have a knack for these things.
Yeah. And you know exactly where there's one. So
Come on, follow me.
Perfect.
Lachlan leads you right down like the foyer where this is kind of very tall opening that has this really elegant crystal chandelier that just hangs and dangles down in these very abstract looking pieces that seem to link together almost like a chain as they fall away. Definitely different places where candles can be placed within it on different levels, but it doesn't look like these candles have been lit for quite a while.
Do I think it's enough to hit 1,500 on there, or?
Absolutely. Yes. This is expensive.
Okay.
Spared no expense.
I'm sorry, Callista, I'm going to rip the chandelier out.
Have fun. I'm just gonna start walking around the house, checking things out. I'd probably go sit in my mom's room
Okay.
for a few minutes.
Jen,
Do
how
you
long does-
are you going in kind of like by yourself and closing the door behind you? You'd
Yeah.
be alone? Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, I'd probably leave the door crack open so I can hear what they're doing because my passive perception's
in case,
amazing.
yeah.
Just in case, like they crash it on their cells and get like
Listening out
pinned
for them,
beneath
yeah.
it.
Help me! Help me! It
How's it attached to the ceiling?
just looks like it's maybe screwed into the ceiling or something like that. Some kind of attach. You're not 100% sure, but I mean, how do you want to remove it from the ceiling?
Exploding arrow.
Yeah. Exploding.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Rather not a bad idea.
I could also climb up there if you need.
I-
You
I
could Misty step up there.
I could Misty step up there, and
Oh,
then
easily.
I'm just concerned about spending 10 minutes hanging around up there making a crystal rod.
Just
Grappling
sit
hook
on the
around here
chandelier and
somewhere?
do it.
You know what?
You're
I
crap.
wonder if this will. Give me a second here. So Molfin's just going to Misty Step up there and just sort of prop himself as much as he can, so I can sit and start casting Fabricate. And I'm just going to sit up there for 10 minutes and do it.
Okay, sure. So you're bamf up there to the top. You're kind of like sitting on parts of the chandelier while you're holding others, and you start to cast your spell and say all your rites and incantations as you're standing there. Lachlan's just down below, kind of watching, keeping an eye out on you.
Yeah, like mage hand bump the chandelier a little bit.
It wiggles a little bit, and you look down at Lachlan. You hear like the crystal shards like rattle together a little bit, kind of like a wind chime being blown in the wind a little bit outside.
Trying to ignore him. It's going to take 10 minutes for me to cast it, so.
All right. Callista.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Oh, here comes the music. Here comes
Oh,
the good
no.
shit. Here we go.
You're kind of walking through the room a little bit, and you left the door cracked open, just the slightest bit.
Hmm.
And you hear that slow creak, the door opening behind you. You think, surely Molfin and Lachlan can't be finished doing what they were doing. But you hear it. The door
Hand
still...
lights up in fire in instinct.
Okay. You turn around to look.
Yeah.
In the doorway, walking through the door, is a cloaked, dripping wet figure. It starts to kind of hobble slowly through the door and towards you. And see, there's a dark cowl pulled over, dark hood, but there's long strands of dark curly hair, it seems, that come down, almost down to probably near her stomach, just dripping wet. Just starts to walk slowly into the room.
I back up.
Looking.
Who are you?
There you are. I've been looking for you, Callista. I've been searching. Kind of looks around the room just slowly. Not enough to like make it to where you can see a face, but just appearing around the room is This room is a room that's been empty for quite some time, hasn't it, dear? So many memories. So much sadness. I feel an empty pit. And I'm not sure if it's in mine or your stomach that I feel it in. Or is it in your heart, my dear? Do you feel fulfilled, Callista?
Who are you?
Oh, my dear, you're asking all the wrong questions. For who I am is not important. The question is, when I am gone, what will you do? How will you act? How will you respond? And how will you work towards your fulfillment? I know someone holds sway over you, my dear. I know where you will go when you die. I've seen beyond the veil.
Insight check.
Go ahead.
$19.
From what you can tell, above board. Seems legit.
Can I, with that insight check, can I make any discernible factors or, like, religious beacons or typography? Like, is there anything to give me indication this is the Raven Queen? This is someone else?
Not really, but there's a chill about the room that sends shivers down your spine. There's a dryness to the air that almost... This makes it so easy and effortless to breathe and take in the air that's there. It's kind of like when you when you put one of those photo filters on that darkens all the space around an image. What do they call that? Vignette? Is that what they call vignette?
Vignette, yeah.
Or whatever that's
Yeah.
called. It's kind of like that. Like the corners of the room have kind of darkened, and it's just you and this figure. This figure looks very. It's like gray toned, like almost like a greenish gray tone. Like there's not a lot of color to this figure other than like this dark gray, wet looking image in front of you.
I drop my hand.
Mm-hmm.
Where I go when I die doesn't matter as long as the rest of them are safe and happy.
You say that, but do you truly mean it?
Do I truly mean I want them to be happy? Or if I'm okay with it?
You're okay with spending your life the rest of your, well, spending the rest of your eternity being tortured for the sake of someone else's enjoyment. Didn't you put up with enough of that already, dear? Why put up with it on life and then put up with it in death?
What makes you think I'm gonna put up with it? This bitch is gonna fight until her last undying breath.
And that is precisely what I'm banking on. Keep that attitude, Callista. Keep that spirit. And you will be fulfilled. And that empty hole in your heart will be filled. And at that moment, you watch as the cowl begins to drop and fall away. And this robe just slowly falls to the ground in front of you. And out from under the robe, you see a massive swarm of spiders just start to crawl out and then seep in through the cracks of the wood of the floor and out to the edges of the room. Some crawl up the walls looking for any space to get out. It's almost like they're moving at an unnatural pace as they speed along. And that there's just a wet robe cloak with a puddle laying on the floor in front of you. Sorry, Matthew. I love you, brother.
So,
For those viewers at home who don't know, I am a massive arachnophobe, so
yeah.
It's funny,
I think
Callista doesn't
every
even
single-
flinch. I would be like, ooh, Callista doesn't flinch.
So, did Kristy take a level of Warlock? She's not telling us.
Apparently. Who knows? We might get there next level.
I would just like to point out, I think just about all of us have a little level of Warlock in
A
there.
little bit.
You have Patron
dash
Saint
of
of the
it.
Blinding Sun beneath me.
So, Molfin, after Callista, as this happens, Molfin, you're floating on this chandelier, and now you're holding a crystal rod in your other hand. As the spell has taken effect, pieces of this crystal chandelier are now combined together with your fabricate spell. Only some of the chandelier is gone. There's still a little bit more crystal like hanging there, but you're still like hanging up above, and you have it in your hands.
Molfin's going to sort of tuck it away in one of his inner pockets.
Okay.
And then look at Lachlan. Suppose we should head upstairs and get Callista and head back. Oh, bollocks. Actually, is there anywhere in this house that they have like a hold on, let me see what Molfin is just abusing this poor house, but hey, it's
You're
what it's
fine.
here for.
You have permission.
This poor house.
Permission to rob and burglarize as needed.
Never seen anything like this before. Blowing my mind.
Rob and pillage the Horton Crow estate.
Yeah.
Huzzah!
Anarchy!
So, I'm looking for. You have a fireplace?
I think, yeah, they have a fireplace.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think we have one upstairs and downstairs.
How does the inside of it look? Is like ashy? Does it look like it's been cleaned recently?
Probably looks pretty clean. They had people that cleaned after.
Bollocks.
Yeah, so.
Oh, but there's dust at the other. Okay. There's dust at my house. Molfin is going to grab the biggest, curtain he can find.
Okay.
Just throw it over his shoulder. Okay,
Yep.
I'll need this
Stealing
back in the house.
Oh, yeah. I got
Well,
nice.
Yes, I need the curtain and the dust from the house.
I got this nice, deep burgundy curtain that has, this gold trim on the end of it that you pulled off the one window. It's like those long curtains that hang down on the sides of the window.
Create a talking teapot or something over there. What do you do?
Close.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Apparently, leaving a duplicate of myself is not sufficient, so I need something with a little more hitch in the giddy up. So, I need to get home. I need dust. Enough dust to fill a life-size figurine.
Well, your house was really dusty, so.
Yes, well, that's assuming that the three of them haven't destroyed. But let us collect Callista. It's been almost 10 minutes.
Let's go.
25.
All right.
I'm gonna start climbing up the wall.
Spider climb up the wall. Callista, your compatriots, your comrades make their way up to you.
You walk in. Callista hasn't moved from where she was standing at the back of the room, and she's just staring down at the puddle in the cloak and not moving, just staring.
Do we see a puddle in the cloak?
You do.
Did you just kill a simulacrum as well?
No, I didn't have to.
Didn't think simulacrums were prone to suicide.
I don't know if it was a simulacrum. It was some sort of trick. Manifestation, maybe.
Station of what?
Manifestation of, yes.
Probably Lolth.
Bloody.
It just dissolved into thousands of spiders, so that seems to be the.
Okay, and on that note, we are leaving now.
Yep.
Nothing to do. I would
you-
burn the
Shaking
building
out
down,
my
but I know
boots.
you want to save the room.
They're getting impatient.
Well, let us go create the guardian for my wife, and then we can be on our way.
Yeah, let's go.
How are you?
Molfin's going to cast teleport again.
Teleport again? Okay.
Yep.
Is this the one from your hand?
This is the second time from the hand. I've been rolling.
Oh, got you.
And the last one was a 17 on the dice, and I've got a +6. This one is nat 20 on the dice, so I'm good.
Perfect. Yep. So you guys teleport back to where you find Diana and Ashlyn doing what when they come back? They've honestly only been gone for about maybe 20-30 minutes tops. So it hasn't been that
That
long.
is enough time.
Looking at the family tree that I assume that Molfin has somewhere in his house and asking questions about all the
Oh, yeah,
relatives.
there's books on
All the
Ginny.
pictures.
Yeah.
Diana is gonna go up to Ashlyn and be like, Ashlyn,
Yeah.
I have a plan.
For what?
It's 50 chickens, right?
I don't know.
There's 50. Okay, it's a big number, but there's 50 of them. That's a lot of chickens. If you put let's say 50 chickens in a storage closet, they'd be everywhere. Chickens all over the floor, chickens all over the walls. I want to do a prank. I want to be
Okay.
mischievous. I want to do something funny, something mischievous, something.
Are you
I don't know
okay?
what. Yes, but I want to. I don't know. I'm trying this new thing. I'm gonna I don't know. I'm gonna try to be more loose.
Loose. Okay.
Yeah.
We can work
You
with
know-
that.
I've learned how to let a lot of things slide with Molfin and everything, and
Mhm.
now I just want to I've spent so long being just so serious. I want to be. I'm gonna be a prankster. So
Okay, I can help you with your first prank. Who are you pranking?
I'm thinking that while Lachlan is sleeping, we can just throw like all the chickens into his room, and then when he wakes up, chickens, and then it'll be.
What?
Does Lachlan even sleep in his room? Now?
No, so we'll have to get him in like 1 month.
I have been.
Okay.
He has been.
Sure. I don't know how many chickens we'll get him before they start to like cluck and wake him up. Do you want to drug
That
him?
depends on how perceptive he is feeling that night. He'll be asleep.
Like-
He'll be asleep.
So we're just throwing chickens in his room.
Yeah.
I can do it from outside
yeah.
in the window. I can just throw chickens in the window, and you can throw chickens
Does
in.
he have a window?
Yes, I think I drew the house.
Do
No, he
I?
doesn't. I drew the house. Does he have a window?
Raoul's like,
We can make a
I
window.
do believe he does have a window, dears, but
Yeah.
I do want to ask you something. So when you get the chickens in the house, how you going to get them back out of the house? I mean, are you going to be able to rattle them all up? I mean, before they make a mess in the
No.
rest of the house?
True story,
That's
guys.
ill made
Had
as
to
well.
wrangle chickens one time because my ex-boyfriend had his little brother raise some chickens in an extra room.
I'm just gonna warn you right now because I know her very well. She is
Really hard to wrangle.
she is my daughter, and I have a feeling that if a few chickens get into her room and mess things up, she's going to be very pissed.
Yeah, she won't find that funny.
No chickens, no chicken. You know what? It's actually really funny that you say that because originally I was going to do this to Callista, that I remembered that she is literally so perceptive. She would hear like clucking from the freaking back garden and be like, no.
She could probably
Okay.
tell from here.
This cleric is gonna do that to a druid with
she could
Yeah.
animal throwing.
She could probably tell from here that there are chickens in her room.
Yeah.
So when do you want to do this,
So-
Diana? Tonight?
Sure.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm going to do something. I'm doing something crazy and fun. Woohoo.
Sounds good. You don't have to throw chickens at people to be crazy and fun, though. You just be you, okay?
And at that thumbs up, the rest of you appear in the living quarters as Molfin's teleport gets you back.
Ha 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 ha! What a funny joke, Diana! That was hilarious that you just told us in a totally natural manner. Oh my god, I
Oh
can't
my gosh,
wait.
I know, right? It's so
Yeah.
funny. Oh, hey guys. I didn't even notice
Hey.
you were back.
Hi.
I'm in need of dust. And Molfin is just gonna basically take the curtain and find the dustiest part of the house.
You could go pretty much everywhere in the house. There's like a little bit of a
The
layer
whole
of dust
darn
on
house.
everything. Your bookshelves are very dusty because you hadn't been home in a long time to take any of those books off the shelves. So they're pretty dusty.
Molfin is just literally pulling all the dust.
Okay. How much
Get-
Gross.
how much dust did you say you needed?
Basically, I'm taking basically that curtain.
Mm-hmm.
I'm making a roughly human-sized analog filled with dust.
Okay.
You know, dust is mostly dead skin cells. That's gross.
Wonderfully morbid, Ashley.
Is-
Don't know why you know that, but
Now,
Some wise.
okay.
I would say you're probably not going to be able to fill a gnome size, like with just house dust. Because if you think like if you like sweep up your house, you're not going to have like a person. It's just going to be a pile. You know, you're probably going to need to find some other means of getting more dust. I mean, you probably have a fireplace here. It's your homestead. Do you need? Can you use ash?
ash or dust.
Okay.
Does sawdust count?
I don't know. It says ash or dust.
Does dandruff count?
We could make ash. I mean, we could burn things.
Does dandruff count? That's it, Diana.
Ew.
Just gonna Diana
Well,
head into it.
I haven't washed my hair in 4 days. I've got plenty.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could use
Um,
you could burn a fire and make some ash out of that
Fire.
and use that. I mean,
I could do that.
sawdust technically. How are you gonna? I mean, I guess you would just have to go out there and cut things to get some sawdust or something like that. If you have something that will make a lot of sawdust, or something that you can use to grind a tree down, or
I can make a fire and make some if you need.
I need to fill this up so we can. Basically, it's a. I'm going to create a guardian to remain.
What form would it take?
I'm still somewhat unclear on that. Either I'll be honest, I'm rather thinking a strange floating blue humanoid with bits of electricity shooting out of it.
Okay.
All right.
Liliana.
Well,
Liliana looks at you. Molfin is like, "What?"
All the rest of us are like, okay, all right. Let's
Yeah,
go.
like this isn't the weirdest thing he's done. You know?
So I'll just start going outside and start creating a fire pit and start burning like logs or whatever.
Oh yeah. I mean, this is a
And I'll
light.
create a mosh pit next
If you have
to
any
her.
junk in the house you want to burn to get that extra.
Molfin comes out toting all these wooden chairs and just throws them into the bonfire.
Do what must be done.
And I'm just gonna sit by the fire and read while I'm waiting for stuff to burn.
True.
Sure. I mean, it's
Oh.
gonna take a little while because it takes a little while for this stuff to burn, and it'll and especially it's a rainy day, so it's
Oh,
gonna
good
take
old
for
campfire.
Callista, it's gonna take but 2 seconds to start a big fire. But yeah, you guys get like
You
a big
marshmallows?
bonfire. It's gonna take a little while.
We have to make sure it's magical fire, because otherwise.
I'll use magical fire.
Yeah. Sure.
Do you have marshmallows?
Lachlan, throughout this entire
You know what I'll
endeavor,
do?
Diana
It's
keeps
fine.
on
I'm gonna
looking into
summon.
doodling.
I'm gonna
What are you
summon a
doing?
fire elemental and just hold it
Oh, you
for
want
an hour.
to summon a fire elemental? Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Fire elemental emerges and basically just starts going and like ripping trees out of the ground, slamming them down, and consuming them in flame
Oh, God.
outside your house.
That sounds scary.
It's a good thing your neighbors live a little bit farther away, Molfin,
Yeah.
than this. But everybody is outside. Go ahead and make a perception check for me, please.
Oh my, oh my.
Is it
Oh my,
sight
by the
or
way.
sound, Michael?
Sight.
By the way,
17.
Lachlan,
Don't televise.
of us all collecting things to burn, and Diana keeps on looking.
29.
9.
Because
Okay,
it's
so-
10, or actually, no, I'm gonna roll.
What'd you get?
Well,
Ashley?
it wasn't bad until somebody got 29.
29. That's very good.
Oh, God.
Ash,
Oh,
what's Ashlyn?
okay.
I rolled a 4, so that's 14.
14. Okay.
Still pretty good.
That's not good.
24.
24.
That's
Zach?
Jeez.
So
Diana?
let's check. I rolled a 3 on the die, so let me just check something really quickly here. Okay, that's 13.
13.
Yeah.
Okay. Lachlan?
17.
17. Okay.
Yeah.
Probably the only person that doesn't catch this is Ashlyn. As some of these trees are being ripped out. Now, you guys are about 5 miles away from Daggerford. So it's strange that you're able to see. It doesn't look like much at first, but as some of these trees are being ripped out, you get this space where you can see towards the town of Daggerford, and you can just make out really far away as you squint your eyes. And you guys are seasoned adventurers. You guys are masterful at being able to perceive things and like see things from far distances. Daggerford sits on a little hill that you can start to see in the distance, just a really small speck. You can see this small thing that just sticks up over the top of it, this gray hump, and you realize, oh, the statue of Molfin still stands proud.
What?
Yeah! In the middle of Daggerford! You can barely
Send
make...
your bravest!
Now, Molfin would know that it would stop being animated after 24
Right,
hours,
yeah.
but
Yeah,
the
okay, but it
statue
stays there.
remains until somebody does something about it.
Oh, geez.
Which it is a 22-foot tall statue of Molfin, which is bigger than most of the buildings in Daggerford.
Wow.
Molfin
It's a
Square.
national treasure.
It's so you
Heritage site.
can see it from miles away.
It
Oh
is
my-
still pointing at water deep.
Yep.
That's where I was when it stopped being animated.
Oh,
That
that's
way.
amazing.
I should
Points
really
directly to our home.
warn her about that.
She's gonna go into town for supplies.
Oh my god.
Molfin, do you in Elven? Does Molfin speak Elven?
Nope.
You start to speak in
Mm,
Elven
does
towards him, he just
Molfin-
looks at you confused.
Does Molfin speak Infernal?
I think-
Remember.
I think he did, and that's why it was particularly unfortunate about that one door. Or am I wrong?
No, I think that's
He
what I
couldn't.
don't think I do.
Yeah,
He couldn't. That's why
that's
the,
why.
the contract shouldn't
Oh.
have been voided because none of you
What?
could read it.
Yep.
Molfin, I thought that we had a language in common.
Giant.
Giant and giant.
Mhm.
I will say to Molfin, should you tell her about the whole being, the most wanted man and like her? Should you tell her that you're a super villain,
Anti-hero.
an anti-hero, but according to popular opinion, a super villain?
me. Yeah.
I should. Molfin's gonna walk back in the house.
And giant, I will
Sorry.
say, that is unfortunate. I don't know. I can speak giant.
Ashlyn, I think
You can speak
Ashlyn at this
everything.
point can understand everything anybody says.
Yeah.
That's
All the time ever.
Yep.
It's great.
Because monks.
Very
Molfin's
much
gonna.
Monks
That's
are
just
so
wrong.
it's so useless, but who knows?
Yeah, says the one with like a 29,000 AC.
24 occasionally.
200 movement.
I can run 7,000 miles per hour. Oh, sorry, that was one round. Molfin's gonna go back. Dear, there's probably one more thing I should warn you of.
Yes?
Molfin's gonna go into his possession and pull out the copy of the Waterdeep Gazette.
Oh.
Turn over the back of it.
Why, that's a very horrifying rendition of what you look like, dear. I mean, it's just, you are much darker now, but that is not accurate.
Yes, our
Oh.
friend Dorn
I didn't know Dorn could dabble in art too.
No, he didn't. He dabbled in telling the Lord's Alliance some rather, vehement lies. Unfortunately, a paper in Waterdeep decided to print them. So, there's a rather hefty reward out for my head on a spike.
But now we're just adding another level of complexity to all of this.
Dorn had much to answer for. Also, if you go shopping in town, completely ignore the 22-foot statue of me in the middle of the armory. I have to go back outside and check on the ash. Turn around wide out the door.
You just hear a really deep, long sigh as you walk out the door. As it seems, more and more elements of the story just keep on getting piled onto this poor
by
woman.
the way, by the way.
And I forgot to
Another thing.
mention,
I forgot to mention I may be the Antichrist, and everyone may want to murder me, but
Yeah.
it takes a good amount of time, but you do eventually achieve getting the ash that you need.
How much time?
How much time? How much time do you have the elemental?
An hour.
The elemental can rip stuff up out here, so I would say probably you got an hour, and then you can probably do the bonfire for a little while. Probably take between 2 and 3 hours, probably with the help.
All right.
And you're pretty sure you've got some enough ash and dust that you could do what you wanted to do. Right about now, it's probably a little bit after lunchtime on this day. Still gloomy day, still gray skied, still raining. Not a very nice day. I mean, it's been raining all along. I mean, it was raining in Waterdeep. It's raining here, so this is kind of like one of those going all over the coast kind of deals. It's coming in off the ocean. So, but yeah,
Molfin's gonna take all the ash, pile it basically into the middle of this curtain, drape the curtain over it, and take 10 minutes to cast Fabricate to basically just turn it into a giant, sort of human cushion and arms, sort of like the Da Vinci Man with the arms and legs spread, just a little round head.
Okay, sure. Yeah, after the 10 minutes, you've got that basic humanoid fabricated shape out of the ash and dust.
And then going to cast his new spell from leveling up.
Ooh, new spells. Yeah, I apologize, folks. It says level 14 on our overlay, but our heroes are currently level 15 as they just leveled up at the end of last episode. And I apologize as well because I just realized that I never uploaded last episode onto YouTube. So I do apologize if you were looking for it on YouTube. I will make sure to have both of these episodes up this weekend. So.
Okay. And okay, let me just I just realized something. Let me check something real quick. So I may have to wait a day.
Uh-oh.
I mean, we can stay here for the night.
None of the slots can be 6th or higher, so I gotta wait till tomorrow.
Wait till tomorrow?
Yeah, I can recover up to a combined level of spells in a short rest, up to 7 total spell levels.
But
no individual slot can be above a 6.
Oh.
Gotcha.
And this is a 7th level spell.
Gotcha.
So yeah, Molfin will have to wait and do it the next morning.
Wait and do it the next morning? Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Which probably makes sense because I am not 100%. Pretty sure one of my other spells uses it, but I'll have to go digging.
All right. So, you guys.
Molfin will get everything set up and then just sort of look and go.
Where are you? Are you setting this up outside or are you setting this up inside?
Oh, well, it's basically once I've got the form, just sort of lean it up inside the house.
Okay.
So it doesn't get soaked.
This strange
right.
Da Vinci Man made out of ash and dust, just like leaning up in the corner of the house.
Oh, but what are you going to use that doll for? Do I want to know?
Basically, it's just picture if you were to stitch up like a kid's doll.
Yep.
Literally, it's just like body, arms, and head. It's just all filled with like ash and dust within it.
Vitruvian Man, right? Vitruvian Man.
Thank you. I could not think of it.
Okay, I just thought.
Yeah. You got it.
That's one of the components. Then I use the rod I made from the Horncrow estate, and I can turn it into a living creature.
You can create life? That's
Oh God.
a lot of power.
For how long? Well, he had children.
Touche.
So how long does this thing last, or does it not go away? Does it bleed?
Until... I don't know. Would you like me to? Well, I can't create it until tomorrow, but.
Okay.
Molfin, there was something evasive that tried to just take your mind, but you were able to just naturally resist it.
Okay.
What?
Oh, does the Molfin have the ability now because of the ring that nothing can
Oh, right.
No, I haven't.
He hasn't
Turned it back on.
he hasn't activated it yet.
Molfin,
interesting.
Molfin feeling that
Mhm.
is just going to sort of look around and then, well, if you're going to just reach up and give himself a little slap across the face and give myself true sight
Okay.
out to a range of 120 feet.
Okay.
Do you want me to slap him in the face?
Looking around, you don't see anything, and you get the idea that maybe something was trying to watch you, and your just natural magic resistance was able to shun the potential watchers away.
Bloody
You okay? Molfin?
Molfin's going to go in and pull out the crystal ball.
Okay.
I warned her I was going to do this.
Uh-oh.
And I'm going to attempt to scry
Okay.
on the matriarch of House.
Zoran.
Was
Is
it
it a lion?
Yes.
Zoran.
Okay. All right.
Because, and I should say, I actually can't have the, whatchamacallit, the ring on right now because I unattuned to it
Yeah.
to attune to the crystal ball when I last scried.
You totally did.
I haven't reattuned to it.
Okay. So that is a wisdom save.
Yep.
What's the DC?
Actually, just take a look. I don't know if I have prepared, I'm going to do it myself. But I don't think I took that. Yeah, no. Hold on, let me check it if one because it shows me the. Okay, I didn't prepare it myself today, so that is a DC 17.
DC 17. Okay. You focus on this crystal ball. You guys are all standing around. All of a sudden, you see this crystal ball start to glow as Molfin looks into it. There is this clouded vortex of it looks like spinning. It looks like a hurricane inside as it starts to twist around. And all of a sudden, this glow, this bright, shining, clear light begins to slowly change in color to more of a violet. As this casts wicked shadows around the room, almost like a strange light swirling around from like a club or something like that. As it goes on and it's swirling inside Molfin, your eyes start to glow violet as well behind the shroud as you begin to focus in. And as you do, all of a sudden, those clouds start to just swirl inside the orb. That's when, Lachlan, you look around and you start noticing. Diana, you start noticing. Callista, around the room. This bright light, purple light is shining around and casting these strange shadows up on the wall. They all look arachnid in shape. The shadows themselves. And they start to loom around as if there are spiders around the room just made of pure shadow, just dancing upon the walls as this thing spins. And then Molfin, all of a sudden, this purple glow just seems to blast out in this surge of energy, and your eyes are just taken aback as you squint and you slam back out of this thing as the power that is pushed back through to block this spell is immense. She blocked you with a 28.
Wow.
What was that?
That's matron for you.
And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode
Oh god.
of Kindred
my
Lists.
Oh,
I'm going to kill her.
get in line.
Wow.
Bye.